Hi guys, this is another Sister Wives recap, this time for season 16, episode 3, and I'm going to call this one Christine versus Kody. In this episode, Christine and Kody meet on Coyote Pass, and things go horribly wrong. But the episode starts lighter with something we're all so sick of hearing about, honestly. The adults are finally deciding who will get what lot on Coyote Pass at Mary's nice rental house. Yawn. They start talking about inheritance and how their land is their inheritance. And I'm still convinced that Mary and Christine are getting less value. They're in lots 2 and 3. Those are teeny tiny lots compared to Janelle and Robin. Kody says it's a real goat rodeo of extreme proportions to get them to decide. And the wives are supposed to go one by one to say what they want on their lot. Janelle's like, let me go first. I need a greenhouse. So I need one of the bigger pieces of land. Okay, Janelle, whatever your excuse is, we know you want lot 4. And she says, I can't have shade because shade isn't necessary for greenhouses. Janelle's whole dream apparently is to become a witchy woman with all gray hair and tie-dyed skirts and greenhouses. She even said it in her confessional. She's going all the way hippie now in her older years. Maybe she'll also blast Eminem from her lot. Remember when she said she likes Eminem? And Robin, who's like, who's next to talk? But she doesn't want to go next because she says she wants to hear what everyone else has to say first. This whole thing feels like a game of chess, honestly, and Christine actually wants lot 4, but settles for lot 3. There's clearly still tension, but at the end, they all cheer and say, yay, we finally figured out the lots. Oh my god, this is so great. What a milestone. Then they do a group prayer. Everything looks good during the cheer, but secretly Christine says she's just pretending. She doesn't want to move on to Coyote Pass. She can't imagine watching full functioning marriages when her and Kody are just not functional anymore. So yeah, during the episode, there's a lot of that in this one where everything looks a certain way in the scene, but then the confessional reveals something completely different, which is not a good sign for the family overall, and is why we need a tell-all. After the meeting, Kody can't wait to get out of there. He seems just so checked out. He says he's worried, and then he starts to ramble about how they could say their children and their problem children are Kody's fault. Problem children? Hold up. Who is he referring to here? Who are the problem children in the Brown family? Definitely not Logan, not Hunter, not Aspen. I have a lot of people I'm thinking of that definitely are not problem children. Anyways, the kids and everyone then gather at Christine's house under the ruse that there's some news about the property, but that's not the case. It's actually a trick. Mykelti and Tony are going to announce that they're having a baby. And fast forward to today, and we know that this is baby Avalon, and she's super cute. Next, Kody invites Christine only to where else? Coyote Pass to talk to her about her lot and basically convince her that her lot is better than moving to Utah. And pretty sure this goes horribly. Kody at one point stands on his truck and says, if you stand right here, this could be like your deck. And Christine's face during the whole thing is like, what the hell? She looks very unenthusiastic. She actually already looks like she has a wall up, so good luck to Kody on this one. She says in her confessional, I don't even want to talk to him right now. We want different things from our relationship. And it just seems beyond repair already at this point. Actually, Kody surprises me in this scene and apologizes for switching up on Christine when she talked to the family about moving to Utah, because he just wasn't there for her in that moment and she felt betrayed. I thought that was actually nice of him to acknowledge that at least. He says, sorry, I was being stoic. And Christine is like, BS. He was being an ass. Then he says something like, I'd rather not talk about where all the wives are with Utah. I just want to hear from you. And understandably, Christine then interprets that as, oh, is Utah still on the table? And it's not, so I don't even know where Kody was going with that. Anyways, Christine says there's other reasons, she wants to go to Utah, but she doesn't want to go down that road. And Kody says he just can't seem to make Christine happy. Well, I can think of at least one thing that could get the ball rolling. Christine mentioned that they don't even hold hands, so you know what? Some love and affection could be in order, right, at this point, but we all know how it ends. Christine says she thought her and Kody's relationship would get better in Vegas in the cul-de-sac, and it did not. I'm surprised. I thought things were better. Kody wants to know more as to why she wants to move to Utah, but Christine doesn't feel safe doing that, and she walks away crying, and Kody lets her go, which is sad. I felt like screaming to the TV, like, go after her, Kody. Like, come on, you're just gonna let this fester? Now, after all that, Christine invites the adults to talk about Isabel's surgery because this is just before they all leave to New Jersey to get that done. It seems like Christine and Kody are just leaving their Coyote Pass unresolved conversation to fester. Definitely not a good idea. There's discussion about if Isabel will be taller after surgery because the doctor is saying that she will be 2 to 3 inches taller. And Kody's like, no way. And Isabel thinks maybe Kody doesn't want a daughter to be taller than him. She definitely is, by the way. I saw pictures of her graduation. Kody and Isabel then have like a one-on-one, and he wants to make sure she won't be a bitter old housewife because he can't go. I found this to be like a weird statement. It looks like privately, Isabel is sad that Kody can't go, but to his face, she's like, I understand. So again, like maybe they should be a bit more transparent with each other. All right, and finally, after all of this, Robin says that she's seeing Kody the most now because she's the only one sticking to his COVID rules. Seems like there's some sense of shaming the other wives for having different point of views about COVID. I don't know why. I feel like everyone needs to be a bit more understanding. And Kody says with him and Christine, it's not an experience of soulmates, it's an experience of distance. And we all know where this is heading. It's kind of like watching like a slow moving car crash at this point. Like there's just so many times they shouldn't let this stuff fester and they should talk more. As for next week, based on the preview, it looks like Mary and Janelle are having a good old showdown on Coyote Pass. So I guess, we'll have to stick around to see that. Anyways, guys, let me know what you thought of the episode. If you like this video, please give it a like. And if you like my channel, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Thanks, guys. Bye.